And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a yard. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Here's Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now it's Rodgers.
On the move past the 40.
And down right around the 37. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming.
On play action, Rodgers. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Ran about the lux when that's up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. You could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling. Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. Rodgers going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from the defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. On the bootleg, it's Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10. They'll run this one right with Robinson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
And looking to throw, Penix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Penix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
How did he slow
And
down?
they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And it's going to sneak it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll run for it with Robinson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
That's
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Now Rodgers. Complete to Austin here over the middle. 7 yards there and a first down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
At the 46-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They toss it to Warren. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. A handoff for Warren. We'll get this up to about the 44.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First target, first catch at a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's one. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Robinson with another carry.
And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 45.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Robinson on a give right side.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Hawk 70. Go.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Now Penix. Into the hands of London. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
1st and goal.
Here's Penix. Throws right back to London, complete again.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Robinson is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
19, side.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here we go. A big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal.
They'll go for it. Here's Penix.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
David Stills
From 4 yards out.
And the Falcons have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 14-0.
Steelers, nothing. Bradley Pinion set to
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Now, how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 3rd and 3. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive. Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
319.
Throwing is Rodgers.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
258.
From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
I was moving the bridge. Talk about it. Now we're doing it quick. You in the face, you gonna be suing me quick. If we catch another case, I know it's true to be missed, so I'm
A big play looming on third down.
We 19. We 19.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And the Falcons will take over possession here up at the 44. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Falcons first down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd down and 3.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Bennett's going to sneak it. Only a 1-yard gain, but good enough to just about finish this one off.
And there's your dagger right there. I tell you, there's a lot of coaches in the league that would not have gone for it on 4th down. But with a 2-score lead, they roll the dice. Get the first down, and that should be enough to salt this one away.
Robinson up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Come on, set. Panther 60, Panther 60. 70 range.
To the air, Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
That one looks like he'll throw here toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some okay things, not a lot of points on the board, but enough for the win with how their defense was playing in this one.
Yeah, they certainly brought their A game, didn't they? They weren't fooled by anything that was presented to them from